This is the story of Laurel Green's and Steve Crofter's quest to embrace an environmentally sustainable lifestyle in light of the climate crisis. In 2018, they lived on a farm where they had to drive everywhere. Their vision was to live in a home that would reflect who they are and what they love. It would help them live their values of caring for the earth and people. In 2019, they made a decision to move to Bellows Falls, a densely packed old mill town on the Connecticut River. It's a walking village with a rail and bus service. Because of their prior experience with renovating older homes, they purchased a rundown home that had southern exposure for gardening and solar. They now walk to stores, ride the rails, and use their electric vehicle. They've eliminated all grass and have 14 vegetable beds on their front and side yards. The gardens were developed as a way to help stabilize the water cycles by slowing, sinking, and storing water in the ground, while also producing a large portion of their food. They wanted their home to be part of the solution. This guided them in their decision to reduce greenhouse emissions as much as possible. Their goal was to be net zero, generating as much energy as they use. Steve and Laurel worked with Efficiency Vermont and the Zero Energy Now, known as the ZEN program, to benefit from expert advice and help in obtaining all available incentives. With that knowledge, they were able to integrate their high-performance features of the house so that it worked as a system and that it was all electric. Their salvage home had multiple challenges: rotted sills, leaky roof, water in the basement, broken windows, and no functioning heating system. Holes in the foundation required immediate attention. Water came off the roof and ran directly into the cellar, leaving a delta of mud on the basement floor. Mineral deposits from effervescence were pronounced on the basement walls. Taking the recommendations from Efficiency Vermont, they first had to address the water problems. The foundation was repaired. An underground roof was built using 3 to 4 foot wide rubber fabric installed underground and pitched away from the house, 1 inch per foot, with a gravel top layer to avoid splashing. The basement windows were eliminated. Inside the cellar, they created a perimeter drain that slopes to a sump hole. The crawl space and basement floor were covered with water-resistant barrier. Then closed-cell foam was applied to the walls. Above grade has an R value of 30 and below grade R 22. In a recent 5-inch deluge of rain this summer, the basement remained dry. Laurel and Steve did most of the work themselves in almost all phases of the renovation. They had their work cut out for them in removing all the old insulation and lath all the way down to the wood sheathing. As you can see from the huge pile of bricks, 2 chimneys were eliminated, minimizing air leakage. They removed all fuel-burning appliances, including a broken fuel oil boiler system and a broken wood pellet stove. A 275-gallon oil tank was drained and removed from the site. They removed most of the asbestos and lead paint and encapsulated what they couldn't remove. They removed all existing wiring, some knob and tube, and installed a 200-amp service panel with all new circuits. All the plumbing was replaced. Once the mold and moisture problems were solved in the basement and the crawl space, they redesigned the living space with aging in place in mind, wheelchair-friendly, with bedroom and bath on the first floor, and performed the necessary structural repairs. Work began on the envelope, focusing on insulation, air sealing, and the replacement of the downstairs windows. The wall thickness was increased by adding 2.5 inches of polyiso and 8.5 inches of dense packed cellulose, making the exterior walls close to 1 foot thick, with an R value of 40. Polyiso is a rigid foam insulation used in roofing and wall assemblies. The house did not have an attic, but mostly a small open space. To increase the insulation in this open space, they lowered the ceiling on the second floor and then added cellulose up to the sheathing. Ventilation was provided by having an airspace above one section leading to a screened opening. The overall R value is 68.5. To ensure the greatest air sealing performance, they used a new technology called AeroBarrier. This is a computer-controlled system that detects air leakage when the space is pressurized and emits a fine aerosol spray of synthetic permeable sealant. This performs as an air barrier around ceilings, walls, windows, doors, and around electrical and plumbing fixtures. It can cover cracks up to ½ an inch and as small as a human hair. The estimated blower door test was between 2 and 2 1/4 air changes at ACH 50. That's air changes per hour at 50 pascals. This shows that there was a 58% reduction of envelope leakage. All first floor windows were replaced with fixed triple pane windows with a U value of 0.19. They did not see a need to have windows that opened when they already had an air exchanger. They removed 4 windows on the north side of the house. Their upstairs windows were already double pane, and in the winter will be covered by removable inserts to minimize air leakage. The mechanical systems consist of 3 Mitsubishi single-zone cold climate heat pumps along with exterior compressors. A Renew Air ERV system model EV130 is used for ventilation. Steve and Laurel installed the ductwork for the ERV themselves. A heat pump water heater located in the basement is used for domestic hot water. Humidity-controlled fans remove moisture from the bathrooms, and the kitchen has an induction range and oven. They have 7.36 rooftop solar arrays, south and west facing, with an estimated production of 8,506 kilowatts per hour. The system powers all of the home's electrical needs, including recharging their electric vehicle. Laurel and Steve also take advantage of Green Mountain Power's reduced rating system for charging their electric vehicle during off-peak hours. Locally sourced pine was used throughout the house. The kitchen is now complete, and the project is winding down. Laurel and Steve's intent was to set up their lives with a low-carbon footprint, even though it is not an easy task with the deep energy retrofit. But in the end, they accomplished their goal of living in a home that supports their environmentally sustainable lifestyle.
Efficiency Vermont has an impact on the amount of energy we use as a state, encouraging people to make improvements to their own houses, and they work one-on-one with businesses as well.
Efficiency Vermont helped us in achieving our goals of becoming more energy efficient and saving money. In addition, we just live in a more comfortable home.
The services that Efficiency Vermont offers are accessible to all Vermonters.
I think most people think of Efficiency Vermont, they go into a hardware store or wherever they're buying their light bulbs and they can see a rebate. But they sent an individual on site who did an audit, and then they provided some advice on upgrades that could be made that would yield long-term electrical savings.
After we first moved into our home and realized we were burning a ton of fuel oil to heat, we started to look into avenues of becoming more energy efficient.
Why waste money on energy that you can spend on other things?
The world is changing, and we all need to rise to meet the challenges that these changes will bring. Sustainability and resilience are two of the most important tools we have in navigating our future. Brattleboro Savings and Loan has been living these values for over 100 years. As a certified B Corp, we've invested heavily in reducing our carbon footprint and, more importantly, doing the right thing for our communities. Whether you're buying or building a new home, consider putting your money where your values are. BratBank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey folks, Nate Gusikoff here from Zone 6 Energy, just basking in the glow of a blower door. Zone 6 offers building envelope consulting, blower door testing, diagnostics for all sizes of buildings. We also install aero barrier, as you'll see on the Crofter and Green project, so give us a holler for anything involving air tightness of your building envelope.
Hi, I'm Katrina Wilson, here at Integrated Solar Applications, also known as ISA, in Brattleboro, Vermont. ISA has been serving in and around Windham County since 1975. In-house, we design, install, and service solar photovoltaic, which is solar arrays either up on your roof or on the ground, Mitsubishi Hyperheat cold climate heat pumps to meet your heating and cooling needs, Stiebel Eltron hot water heaters meeting your hot water needs, battery energy storage systems giving you power when the grid is down or allowing you to do self-consumption management. We here at ISA look forward to becoming your partner in making your home more comfortable and sustainable. Please give us a call at 802-257-7493 or find us at isasolar.com.
VSECU is a values-based financial cooperative that is open to everyone who lives or works in Vermont. Our vision is to inspire a movement that brings people together to empower the possibilities for greater financial, environmental, and social prosperity. With offices throughout the state, we offer a variety of loans and programs for customers looking to finance larger solar, home efficiency, or home energy improvements.